At number 20, Darrell Brooks, sentenced in the United States in 2022. He received 763 years for a vehicular attack on the Waukesha Christmas parade. His sentence also carried 6 consecutive life terms, ensuring no possibility of release. At number 19, Ariel Castro, sentenced in the United States in 2013. He was handed 1,000 years for the kidnapping and long-term imprisonment of 3 women. He accepted a plea deal to avoid death, then took his own life just 1 month into his sentence. At number 18, Billy Joe Godfrey, sentenced in the United States in 1995. He received 1,050 years for the sexual abuse of 2 minors. The court handed down 35 consecutive life terms, specifically to eliminate any chance of parole. At number 17, Inés del Rio Prada, sentenced in Spain in 1989. She was convicted of participation in multiple ETA terrorist bombings and sentenced to 3,828 years. She was released in 2013 after the European Court of Human Rights ruled in her favor. At number 16, Henri Parot, sentenced in Spain in 1990. He orchestrated the Zaragoza barracks bombing and received 4,797 years. His extreme sentence ignited a lasting legal debate in Spain over the limits of preventative sentencing for terrorists. At number 15, Abdullah Barghouti, sentenced in Israel in 2004. He engineered explosives for multiple terror attacks and was handed 5,200 years. Considered the most dangerous bomb maker ever captured by Israeli authorities, he remains held in solitary confinement. At number 14, Dudley Wayne Kyzer, sentenced in the United States in 1981. He received 10,000 years for the triple murder of his wife, his mother-in-law, and a college student. Despite becoming a born-again Christian in prison, he has been denied parole 10 times. At number 13, Serap Özer, sentenced in Turkey in 2023. She received 11,196 years for her role in the Thodex cryptocurrency exchange fraud. Her sentence was multiplied across each individual fraud count brought against her. At number 12, Güven Erzer, sentenced in Turkey in 2023. He also received 11,196 years in connection with the Thodex Collapse. The court applied cumulative sentencing to reflect the total scale of harm caused to thousands of retail investors. At number 11, Faruk Fatih Özer, sentenced in Turkey in 2023. He received 11,196 years for orchestrating the Thodex cryptocurrency fraud. After the exchange collapsed, he fled to Albania but was tracked down and extradited to face justice. At number 10, Darren Benelford Anderson, sentenced in the United States in 1994. He was convicted of robbery and rape and handed 11,250 years. In a rare outcome, appealing his original sentence resulted in an even longer term on retrial. At number 9, Pudit Kitithradilok, sentenced in Thailand in 2017. He operated a massive Ponzi scheme and received 13,275 years. His sentence was mathematically derived from 2,653 individual counts of fraud. At number 8, Alan Wayne McLaurin, sentenced in the United States in 1994. He was convicted as an accessory to robbery and rape and sentenced to 20,750 years. A later appeal did reduce his term, but only by 500 years. At number 7, Charles Scott Robinson, sentenced in the United States in 1994. He was convicted of child rape and sentenced to 30,000 years. The judge deliberately assigned 5,000 years per count across 6 charges, designed to guarantee he could never be freed. At number 6, Emilio Suarez Trachoras, sentenced in Spain in 2007. He supplied the explosives used in the Madrid train bombings and received 34,715 years. His sentence reflects an attack that claimed nearly 200 lives. At number 5, Jamal Zougam, sentenced in Spain in 2007. He participated in the Madrid train bombings and received 42,922 years. Despite that staggering figure, Spanish law capped the time he could physically serve at 40 years. At number 4, Othman El Gnawi, sentenced in Spain in 2007. Also convicted for his role in the Madrid bombings, he received 42,924 years. His sentence was the longest handed down to any individual convicted in connection with the attacks. At number 3, Mehmet Aydin, sentenced in Turkey in 2022. He organized the Çiftlik Bank pyramid scheme and received 45,376 years. After years as a fugitive, he eventually surrendered to Turkish authorities at a consulate in Brazil. At number 2, Fatih Aydin, sentenced in Turkey in 2022. He also received 45,376 years for his role in the Çiftlik Bank fraud. His scheme disguised itself as a virtual farming game, swindling thousands of unsuspecting investors. At number 1, Chamoy Thipyaso, sentenced in Thailand in 1989. She defrauded over 16,000 people through a pyramid scheme and was sentenced to 141,078 years. She holds the Guinness World Record for the longest prison sentence ever imposed on a single individual.